Shalom, family. Good morning and admonitions. Bible is the Word of God. The typical Bible is missing 22 books. You have to look for these books. They were taken out for a reason. For a reason. Keep the world in the unknown. So you have to understand that the Word of God is the truth. You know why God, He is quick to say that there is no lie in me? That that used that one used to perplex me about the Father. That statement right there. There is no lie in me. And then one day I figured it out. If you understand the essence of God, then you will quickly see why there is no lie in him. I chuckled at myself and at the length of time that it took me to connect the dots. God at his essence is he who speaks, and it is. And he who think it becomes. So that means that every word out of his mouth, if it is not so before he spoke it, then it is then. So when it's like that, when you are the supreme, glorious creator, that you are so pure that you have to be quiet if you don't want to move stuff around. Damn. If you don't want to alter things, you have to be quiet. So when he does speak, it becomes. And when he think it is. There is no way he can lie. It is under that theory, which is fact, then it is impossible for him to lie. And then I laugh. There's no way you cannot trust something like that. You just have to be on the right side of him. In fact, any side physically around him is cool if you can. I mean, but for the purposes of what I was saying, it's like a cliche. Every word that ain't been altered by man in that book is to be considered the truth, not the type of truth we tell. No, take it from the truth, from the position of everything I say will be, everything I think is the truth. It is the truth. So God says, I'm going to destroy. Let's use his words. Because he didn't say he's going to do it. He said 2/3 of them will perish, which means die. 2/3 of his people, will die. Why will they die? This was simple. The wages of sin is death. Wages of sin is death. These are, see, again, look, you have to look from the perspective of that which is spoken will be. It ain't but a couple of times that I know of that God backed up on his own word, and he didn't really back up either. If I may, the dude is something amazing. I mean, goodness. If you've seen his wisdom and his knowledge in action, you would be, you would be, I mean, quite horrified, and it would make you want to laugh because you immediately see that this dude here can alter and change and make anything with the sound of his voice and the thought of his head. Speaking of God, and he ain't no dude. Just keeping it real. You'd be horrified. And you'd bow down. You'd bow down. So by that nature, or that line of thought, he allows you to live. He allows it. It's a given, but it's also an allowance when you look from that perspective. Don't be shallow-minded. Think just an inch more deep. But why will 2/3 of his people die? Many reasons, but I'm going to focus on one. Now, it ain't what you think. It ain't what you think. I'm going to focus on one. It ain't what you think. When God put us in slavery, that's what he did. He put you in slavery. See, pastor don't want you to know this here. Oh yeah, I know you say the white folks put you in a slavery. They are just a tool. They are only the tool. The method he chose, so to speak. You made God so angry. So angry. He said, I will put you in slavery just to make you worthy of the air I have breathed into you. Now look at that statement. See, Pastor don't want to tell you this, people. So who else did he breathe air into? Adam. Now the Israelites is a long way from Adam. I mean, in terms of the evolution of from Adam into religion and culture, it's evolution. But clearly, that means you, slave, are the children of Adam. See, Pastor don't want you to know this kind of thing, you see. He wants you to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Domestic, peaceful. There's no need for you to know this. It's how he thinks. Why would not your pastor teach these things? Why would not he teach these things? And look at the things he is teaching. But this morning we ain't gonna have have a collateral uh, attack against the pastors. Not this morning. They already know what it is. They have to straighten up their game, or either they're gonna lose the entire church completely. Completely. It will be mine. It will be mine. That's not what we want to talk about, though. So 2/3 of God's people will perish. And I said I wanted to focus on one specific area. Now, if God has put you in slavery for his punishment, he set down rules within that slavery. He still gave you rules. One of the rules was with your captors. He didn't want you to take anything from them. He didn't want you to mix with them. He didn't want you to worship any of their gods, any of their religions. In fact, he said of that one, you will worship wood and stone. And that's largely what you do. There's some people on their way to church right now to worship wood and stone and that white Jesus on the wall. As I speak, they are starting to take showers, wash their hair, looking for their Sunday best. That's what they're doing right now. Can you imagine having Easter in the midst of this booming voice that's consistently saying, you lie. You lie. And why do you keep throwing them eggs on the damn ground? But not this morning. 2/3. One of the ways they will die is because of that. You have taken everything from them. If they hold a hand out, there you are as a receiver. Don't get it other twisted. I'm not trying to alter anything. Keep living like you're living. That ain't what I'm trying to do at all. What I mean is this system has fixed it so the only way you can get help is to come through the dominant race. I'm trying to keep it clean this morning. The dominant race. The dominant race has set up a system that you can't help each other at all. There's a reason why rich people don't help their own. There's a reason. The dominant system or people in this country has set up a system that makes sure that any help that you get must come through white hands. And not only must it come through white hands, you must see the white hands. Now, subconsciously over hundreds of years, it's to mess you up. Consequently, what you believe is that the only people who can help you is white people, the dominant race. Somebody really owe me money for having these conversations and lectures for free. Somebody owes, you know what? I figure each one of y'all can toss a nigga $1. And we can call it even Stevens. But you see what I'm saying? So, if this people has taken on the ways, values, and mores and have assimilated as much as they can, they can't really assimilate it. When they look at themselves, they see black, and when they look out there, it's anything but black. And we're very conscious of it because we have to be. That's not how how the non-slave lives. The non-slave doesn't walk out of his door in the recognition that I'm black. Trust me. They walk out there the door in the recognition that I'm an American citizen. That race shit never comes up. That only affects black people. So 2/3 of his is gonna perish because of that. Now, which is a travesty. It's an embarrassment, really. Stay in the car, B, because I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with it. If these are the spoken words, then they shall be. How does that hurt the Negro as opposed to the African American? The one who fancies him or herself as an American. And then with some of them, America rewards them. If you want to get paid, I'm going to tell you as a black man, if you really want to get paid, my nigga, nah, I ain't gonna say that. I know I'm not gonna say that. That's out of place. That's out of place. Thing is, that 2/3 I call the African American. Is it their fault? Yes and no, but they're still there. And just like the dominant race, they can't let it go. They've been doing it so long, generationally now. Again, looking back, these ain't no the African American will be judged. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some people are so evil that they're not judged. They just go straight to hell. No, these will be judged because of the understanding of what they've been through and how they got there, even while they don't see it within their own fucking arrogance. Their own arrogance. They in so damn deep that to make any move would hurt them. Now, to the black man and the black woman, it's not like that for us. Not at all. We live we live philosophically different, physically different too. You man, anyway. That's off the beaten path. Your leadership class, 100%, is made up of African Americans. No Negroes. African Americans who have all but sworn an oath to be an American and do some form of ritualistic assimilation that's really laughable. Because after the first ritual, they still black. So now it becomes a day-to-day ritual, well, the rest of their life, and they'll still be black. See? So that means it's a sacrifice then. It is a sacrifice unto what we know not. And we don't care. All I'm trying to say is, at this point, the African American is dangerous. It's dangerous to the Negro masses. Dangerous. This is biblical. This is biblical. So, started 2 years ago saying that God's people will be separated. And they think that, well, is something I want. No, these words have been spoken. They have been spoken. You're already separated. Listen, do you think I came to bring you together? I didn't come to bring you together. Why the hell would I want to do that? One of you good, the other and bad. Why I want to mix that shit up? No. Instead, I came to separate you like a warm knife through butter. The wheat from the tare, the good from the evil. And then we'll have our way with evil. But right now, the good is mixed in with the evil. Wheat and tare. Wheat and tare. The tare looks like the wheat, and the wheat looks like the tare. That's why we didn't wipe the mat with you the first time. And there was a first time. The angels have requested that God allow them to simply come down here and to rip up the tare. All of them. That means to kill them. And their request was denied. You lucky. You lucky. You dodged the bullet. You dodged the bullet. But you know why? Why, the angels' request was denied? Why God told them no? He said, he said, because the wheat looks like the tare. And you will surely, in your strategies and your tactics, will basically harm some of the wheat. So he said, no. You dodged the bullet. The angels had knew better than to say, well, what's a little bit wheat? We can just bring them back. We'll bring them to heaven, but man, Lord, we want to deal with this tare so bad. It's overgrown. The tare is overgrown. It needs mowing down. It's overgrown. So, the separation is inevitable. It already has begun. It already has begun. Listen. This is scary, man. Everybody better remember who the hell they are. Nigga, if you not, man, don't play. Let me calm down. I'm almost having palpitations. On the street level, I would say it this way. If you're a weak nigga, don't try to play hard. Ain't no harm in not being hard. Why you out here in these goddamn streets trying to play hard? These niggas out here is hard, and you playing hard. Baby, listen, boo-boo, you're not going to make it. Now, sooner or later, it will be exposed for all to see, because these streets have their own situations. In fact, most of the world is asleep while the damn street is fully awake walking around. This is what you don't get. This is what you don't get. So, I can see the beginnings of the separation. You have to keep in mind, we get what we want. So when I say that we must separate, we are going to separate, whether you like it or not, whether the Negro likes it or whether the African American likes it. Those words have been spoken. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Here are some of the first symptoms. You have two voices. The The masses of the Negro is singing one tune, and the masses of the African American ain't singing no tune or the same tune. See, and get out of the mindset for the purposes of what I'm saying. This whole value of right and wrong. We dealing in just facts. If you start to put your own spin on it as to how you feel, then everything is off the table. We're dealing in just fact. Verifiable, certifiable fact. Okay? It's time that both groups address these facts. Wouldn't you say? One group is clearly feeding off the other group. Which brings me to my next point. You have people out there on the African American side, calling for the killing and the beating of Negroes. Yeah, that's what I said too. That's what I said too. Let me tell you, a well-fed house Negro has no chance against a Negro that's toiled in the hot sun and the goddamn cotton fields. Plus, he's been battle tested, meaning he's been beat by whips and hoses and sticks and had dogs sicked on him and possibly raped. That dude has been battle tested. That's not the one who you want to mess with. That's not the one you want to mess with. Go talk to that other dude. Master favor him. We know why too. Look at him. Look at, and then they have learned how to find pride in it. Yeah, it's a matter of self-pride in our culture to be closer to the dominant race than their own race or culture. That's just a fact. To worship and believe by the system of thought, both religiously and intellectually, by the dominant race. Somebody should be paying me money for this. Man, I'm missing a lot of money here, man. I'm missing a lot of money. But I'm going to do it for free. I'm going to do it for free. I should be in a mansion somewhere with big ass dogs around me. Not to, and they really not meant to be pets. No, these are, you should think of them as killers. Not dogs. So, what should happen? When I say the car, hold on, it gets worse. It gets worse. They were able to do this on a corporate networked TV station, cable network. Out loud. This is the year of names. So we're going all in now. Now we're going in deep. Charles Barkley. He said that if he see any Negro, now he didn't use that word. To be honest, I forget what he said in the place of nigger, black, African American. You know what I'm saying? So insert your own. All right, we gonna do this right. Okay? Want to be fair. Charles Barkley, the ex-NBA basketball player, said if he see any one of us walking around with a shirt or hat that says vote for Trump or either representing Donald Trump, he would punch them in the face. Well, Is that a call for action or violence? Because it sure did sound like it, Charles. You have to watch what you say. You really have to watch what you say. Sometimes these words can have their own man, man, manifestations. So you must watch what you say. But since you didn't, Charles, now, normally, I mean, I really want to blow out my damn phone number, but this is recording. Dude, will somebody get Charles the message that he should get with me, a man, send me an address? I'm sure I can afford to fly or drive down there, and I will stop along the way, and I will be purchasing a Donald Trump hat and shirt. And I'm going to walk down your street at about 5 p.m. Let us test his theory. Let us test. See, now, he really didn't mean that. He thinks, see, this is what happens when this is the negative aspect of being a African American. A statement is made, a twisted conversation starts that requires them to, man, have to respond in a way that would not offend master, the dominant race. If you talk too fast, you're going to twist him up because he has to be conscious of it. He's never saying anything out of his heart. Everything out of his mouth is calculated and thought about beforehand. His stances, his beliefs, his perspectives. And she. So in the midst of that, his Freudian brain, his lizard brain, said, I can say this as maybe a joke, as just a filler, because I couldn't think of another statement. And this woman, yeah, we're going to get back to her. We ain't going to play this morning. We're going to get back to her. Something I'd growl at. But this is what he said. On cable TV in front of a national audience, the man has made a terroristic threat. Not only that, he has assaulted and man, all of my rights as far as the freedom of association and speech. Then he said he's going to beat it out of me. Who's bringing the charges? Who's gonna admonish him? Who gonna let him know, Charles, we will beat your big ass? You have no idea, Charles. You are a house nigga who sleeps with a white woman every night. Okay? Number one, you already are compromised. So we already see you as an enemy at the extreme, and a compromised Negro, a threat on the other extreme. Will you choose the views of your white wife, or will you choose the views of the Negro? Will you choose the sufferings and the livings and the prosperity of the white wife, or will you do the same for the Negro? See, Charles, we have many questions. Many questions, Charles. You must be careful. Sometimes things are listening. You don't want to answer any of that, do you? You just want to be quiet. You want me to be quiet. Well, Charles, we're not going to be quiet. No, when you make threats, Charles, did you not get the memo? The memos were simple. If you threaten mine, attempt to hurt mine, I will come. That's it. What you thought, it was going to be a 5-minute meeting or something? No. I let the whole world know. That is the only requirement. We have decided enough. Why complicate things? Well, Charles, you have drawn our hour now. You're on the radar. You're on the radar. See, Charles, you have let white people get in your head. In fact, Charles, you're not really black anymore. Okay? This is what you see. The definition of black ain't the color of your skin only. It is the sum of your experiences in the skin. You have went out of your way to never have any of the experiences of blackness. The only thing left black about you is your skin. That's it. Now, back to this other dude, Mr. Monster. Listen, Charlemagne. See, I won't call you a god, because that's going to get you in trouble. Trust me on that one. The angels have a real hard on for anything that would even so much as have the temerity to call themselves God. The God without explanation. Maybe you should clear that up. Maybe you can clear that up. I know that you see it as a simple moniker, a way to make money, a handle. It's not your real name, Charlemagne the God. Do you capitalize God? Just curious. Do you capitalize all three letters? Because if you do, they are already watching you. Trust me. They're already watching you, man. This one wants to be a god. And I'm like, nah, man, not really. Yeah, he say so right there, boss. I say, carry on. Why argue with him? Carry on. He set himself up. Now, this would be the same Charlemagne that I seen a photograph of. See, man, listen, we got to be careful. We got to be careful, God, the God. You know, already stepped on toes. Now you're slapping me in the eye. That's why I don't let nobody walk up on me no more. If they get too close, they can step on your toes and slap you in the eye. Trust me. But let's get to the details of the crime first. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to lay this out, because generally, I'm not like this. Generally speaking, I don't use names, but this is the year of the name. We said this back in January. This is the year of the name. But if you're nobodies, there's two ways out of that. Anyway, if you are, anyway. This is from a man who is anything but a man. Maybe he's a man's man. You know that, maybe he's that man that every man ought to be. A man's man. I'll try not to be insulting. I'll try not to be insulting. So this is a man that I seen, now maybe it was AI, who was in a bed, butt naked in the position of an animal on his knees and hands, looking at the camera, about to give up entry. We are talking about the same man, right? Right? The God. Is this the same man? This man says that he went further. He said that Black people, correct me if I'm wrong, Charlemagne, you can drop me a line or something, but I mean, put it in a prayer. Put it in a prayer. It'll reach him, because you in trouble. You gonna need him. See, for the most part, I stay out of man's business. But when you get in mine, and you can got yourself in mind now, this is the result of children. This is the result of no punishment. This is the result of no repercussion. Decades and decades and decades of these Negroes assaulting, accosting, leading you into trap after trap after trap. And you ain't killed nan one of them. But guess how many they done killed? At least two. It was these niggas who was a part of of the death of Malcolm X. It was these niggas who was the death, and a big part of the death of Martin Luther King. Yeah, yes, they was. Yes, some of them still alive today. See? The God over here comes from a long line of them. This is the same God that have allegations of sexual assault against him, that mysteriously just went somewhere. Now, the God is even being sponsored and paid by such huge corporations, media corporations like Viacom. So now, because of no punishment and no pushback, they've gotten bold. Did I hear him just call for us to be shot in the head? Dude, you are more accessible than Charles Barkley. I can catch you walking out the building. It would cost me $1,000 to, make all this shit happen. No more than that. Dude, are you stupid? Check your moisture level. Check your moisture level, my nigga. You ain't even built like that. You ain't even like that. You don't represent that. You don't believe that. Because you're not built that way. You just like this dude over here. You just like this dude over here that had to, you know what, you just do something. Because you run out of ideas. Everything the African American has done to trick the Negro into voting for Mr. Biden has failed. And now you finally reached the point of exhaustion and fatigue. And you're aggravated in your own failure. Would I be correct? Somebody should be paying me big bucks for this kind of talk, man. I'm serious about that. I'm going to be checking my bank account. I need $1 from anybody who can hear me. Shit. Fair is fair. I'm driving my blood pressure up, heart rate up, starting to form beads of sweat on my forehead, and I ain't getting paid for it. Plus, I got good word. I got that good old-fashioned word. You can't get that just anywhere. It's got to be worth something. It's got to be worth something. So he says that we should be shot. He even made the gun symbol with his hand and put it to his head. And pulled the trigger too. Bam. Oh, nigga. Is that how we living now? Is that how we living now? Because, if someone has changed the rules of the game, you know that in former days, I was quite the banger myself. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that I am gang related? or once was. Did you know that? See, when you don't check your moisture levels, man, then your pH balance is off and you start to say stupid shit for the lack of dopamine. You don't have enough dopamine. You're unhappy, and you keep doing the shit that makes you further unhappy. And even though you keep trying and trying, there's only more unhappiness. And so even with the money that Viacom and your sponsors is giving you, you're still unhappy and unfulfilled. Check your moisture levels and stay in your lane. But no, it's too late for that. You are now officially on the radar. And what do both of these Negroes have in common physically? Both of them shave the hair off their head. Now, what is that symbolic of? I'm an educator. Whenever you see a black man that shaves his head, not whenever, this ain't gonna hold true 100% of the time. Some people got cancer, so their hair fall out. That's not what we're talking about. That's why I specified niggas who shave their head. That is a symbolic act of submission. Oh yeah, we're gonna go there this morning. Hallelujah. Now that is a symbolic act of submission. Everything has been taken from them but their scrotums, their testicles. If they'd done that, they could call them a eunuch. So imagine a man that's having to go through all that to achieve what he wants, or what he thinks is good for him, maybe. I'm not here to judge any of that. I'm just calling the fact a fact. No judgment. Fact a fact, then it seemed like we's about to go gangster. Once again, just like the 80s and 90s, just like old times. Remember the old times, man? How on a typical Friday summer night, it was 10 niggas dead, gunned down by 8 more niggas, sometimes as a group, and sometimes spread out. Remember the good old days? See, we remember them days. These niggas here don't remember them days. Apparently. They kept on saying black on black crime. No, there's no black on black crime. It's black on African American crime. We gonna get it straight. It's black on African American crime. And they keep wanting to say black on black. No. We don't know them niggas. They don't want to be us. And by proxy, we don't want to be them. This is why as soon as they get some money, they move away from us. They move away from us. Get away from them Negroes. God damn. Well, pardon me. My coffee went down the wrong pipe that time. I'm going to strangle myself on a Sunday morning. They'll find me laid over in my truck. Maybe we can trick them and call it a homicide. Blame somebody. Negro. Now, I don't have to go too far out on the limb to understand that there was millions of African Americans watching that show, and millions of other folks too. So when you started getting punched in the face, understand it's the fault of Mr. Barkley. When you started getting shot in the head because you dared to not vote how they want you to, you can get shot in the head, execution style, I guess. Just walk up and just shoot you. The God has ordained it. See, right about now, he's saying, no, I didn't, no, I didn't. He wants to take it all back. He wants to take it all back. Trust me on this. I can feel his ass. He wants to take it all back. He didn't mean it. He is trying to please his masters. See, maybe if they come to grips that they have masters, they'll stop doing stupid shit. They don't want to see themselves as what they truly are. So they don't see that they are slaves and that they got masters. It's always something else. The mind is really something else. Maybe if you just understood this and you started to fucking apply this to your life, then you won't make these types of blunders. You think Charles Barkley was expecting me to wake up Sunday morning and say, that big voice in the damn sky say, he wants your phone numbers, and on the way there, he gonna pick up a Trump hat. Because you punch me in the face, I'm gonna blow your face off. That's simple. You're not going back in your house. You're not going back in your house, Charles. But you know this. You already know this. Without the voice being heard, you know this, so why'd you do it? Were you trying to please Gail? Were you trying to please Gail? You see what Gail did as soon as you said, Charles, you don't mean that. She tried to back you up, and then you doubled down on the shit. And said, no, Gail, yes, I do. Well, Charles, look what you have called upon you now. Even your wife and kids is horrified hearing this, man. Maybe I should tone it down. And because of that, and I'm trying to keep it clean. I haven't called you any names, and I keep calling you Mr. Barkley or Charles. It's because of the benefit for your wife and children, man. I ain't gonna do you that way. But you're wrong, man. You're out of line, and you're wrong. So if you were trying to impress whoever you were trying to impress, you need to fix that one. You need to fix that one. Because the first one of us who get punched in the face because we might be a conservative, might want to vote Republican, might want to vote your friends out of office, and they should have their face broke. Mafia style. Mafia style. Damn. So, I consider this the first signs of the separation. See, they gonna do what we say do. I'm talking about the African Americans. They think they got a choice in this. They think that I be just betting. No, nigga, words have power. You gonna get the hell away from us. What I'm really saying is that you should do so consciously rather than allow the spirits and the angels to move your ass around like chess pieces. That's what I'm saying. Because if they have to do it, it's gonna be ugly, like it is now. They did that, but it's still on you, ain't it? It's still on you. You the one at the mic. It's still on you. But the spirits and the angels did you. They got you good, too. You know why? Because we're separating. We want you out. Gone away. Somewhere away from us. This is both on a sociological level, a political level, a physical level, a mental level, a behavioral level. On all levels, we want your ass gone. We want on your driver's license to not say black. It should have a double A on it. African American. It's not a stamp. Make you special. It's that serious. It's that serious. Now you sitting your ass around here saying they hate us like that. Well, if they don't, we do. We hate you for them. You are dangerous to the black masses. What part of this you not understanding? You're not satisfied with just selling your ass. After Big Master don't want no more of you, you started selling our ass. That's the problem. In a nutshell, street style. That's the problem. When Master didn't want no more of you and of what you could bring him from us, you started selling us right back to Master in the midst of our freedom. And you're still doing it today. That got hot quick, didn't it? That's why we're going to wrap this up. I'm getting hot. You run me hot. Okay? And for this Negro over here, this beta-ass male, this beta male and nigga over here to ever utter a word that make him, he act like he lived on the street. He was hard. Nigga, you ain't built like that. Stay in your goddamn lane. You ain't built like that. You don't even think like that. You would never do it yourself. You're too afraid of the repercussions. Prison, possible return fire, prosecution, loss of job, loss of status, loss of prestige. You ain't gonna never do nothing like that, geek-ass nigga. Ever. You know it and I know it, but your actions could prompt someone else out there to do it. Nigga, we gonna blame you. Trust me on that. We gonna blame you. Punk-ass niggas running the they ass around like they in fucking full bloom. It's full bloom. And I'm not talking about the homosexual. I'm talking about punk-ass niggas that ain't homosexual or might be. That ain't got one don't got shit to do with the other. Don't get the shit twisted. Don't make no more threats, man. None. You ain't gonna survive this one. Trust me. You won't survive this one. And guess what we gonna do? Make everybody else watch. Just like we always do. You on the radar now. You on the radar. Whatever value that you had to Viacom, it will dissipate. Whatever value that you had to media, it will also dissipate. You don't appreciate what you got. You ever notice that no one is upset with you because you work for Viacom and have your own studio? Ain't nobody even concerned because you're not us. That's your business. That's your racist business. That's your racist business. Your race. You're not us. The dominant society is going to learn this lesson. They going to learn this lesson too. I would tell the Democrats, you already have the vote of the African American. Okay? You have lost the vote of the Negro. You need to be talking to the African American. That's your base. It never was the Negro. That is the base. That's who you should talk to. The Negro ain't gonna budge. And with that, enjoy the rest of your morning.